Here are a couple of tips for helping, managing, choose whatever word you want, your child or children when they return back to your home after a visit with a narcissistic ex. Here's the thing, narcissistic exes, they're going to do their best to thwart you and your relationship with your own kids. So they're going to put ideas into your kids' heads and then send them happily back to you loaded for bear. What do? There's a couple of choices. First and foremost, don't admonish the child. If you lose your cool, if you admonish the child, if you get angry at the ex and deliver that to the child, you got to know the child's going to have been prepared for that. The ex is going to say, your other parent is going to go ballistic when you talk about these things. So if you do, you actually validate all the bad things that's been said about you to your child. So you want to resist doing that. Rather, if it isn't true, you don't really need to give it much attention. Child comes in, other parent says you're a this and you're a that. Oh, sweetheart, I know. Other parent has a lot to say about me. Come, sweetheart, let's go make dinner. You just kind of let it roll off you. The degree to which it rolls off you, your Teflon, it doesn't land. Then the child has to reconcile. All these awful things have been said about you, yet my experience of you is oh so reasonable. My experience of you speaks more than somebody else's nonsense, typically. Okay? But you have to practice that. You have to be following through with that. You have to remain that kind of deportment towards it. One of the other things that you can do, you picked up your child or children and you're at the threshold of the door. I think this works better for the 6, 7, 8-year-old than the older child, but you can still try it as well. It's about orienting your child to where they now are. What do I mean by that? You reach the threshold of the door, but before you go in, you say to your child, where are we? It's an odd question to ask, and your child's going to think it's a trick question. So they're going to maybe sheepishly, oddly go home, as if they're testing with, is that the right answer? And you're simply going to look at them and go, yeah, we're home. Next, you're going to say, sweetheart, how do we behave here? Light bulb moment for the child. Oh yeah, I'm home. And they're going to look at you and they go, again, is this a trick question? And they may say something like, nice. And you go, yeah, that's all. Come, let's go in. And away you go into the routine of whatever it is you were going to do at that time. So in the first instance, it's Teflon, redirect. And with that, we're just seeking to neutralize. We're not arguing. And in neutralizing, we take the weight out. In the second, we're trying to be somewhat preemptive. And it works for some kids, doesn't work for all kids, either strategy. But these are two, from my perspective, key strategies on managing your children upon return home from a narcissistic ex. I'm Gary Derenfeld. I'm a social worker. My website, www.yoursocialworker.com. Hopefully that's of value. Bye now.